If you've ever walked into a hotel late at night, your suitcase wheels echoing through a long empty corridor, the air conditioning humming like a restless whisper, the lights flickering just enough to make your heart skip, you already know there is something unsettling about these places. A hotel is a strange crossroads of humanity, a temporary home for thousands of strangers who bring their stories, their secrets, their fears. Some check out and move on. Others leave something behind. As you stand outside your room, keycard trembling in your hand, you wonder what happened within those walls before you arrived. What breaths were taken there? What shadows linger in corners untouched by sunlight? Tonight, in these 4 scary true hotel horror stories, we dive deep into the darkness that hides behind perfectly made beds and softly painted walls. But we also rise with the lessons they bring, understanding how even fear can sculpt strength. Because horror doesn't just haunt, it teaches, it warns, it awakens, and sometimes it saves. There's a truth that runs through every chilling experience. Your instincts are ancient guardians. They speak before logic wakes up, whispering warnings through tightening chests, cold skin, trembling fingers. There was a woman named Leila who checked into an old hotel during a rainy night. She was exhausted from driving, ready to collapse into any bed she could find. But the moment she unlocked room 309, her heart dropped. The air felt thick, as if someone had been standing there moments before she walked in. Every sound felt slightly delayed, the silence too deep, too unnatural. She tried to ignore it. She told herself she was tired, imagining things, but her instinct squeezed her chest harder and harder until she couldn't step further into the room. Embarrassed, she returned to the front desk and quietly asked for a different room. The clerk's polite smile faltered. He hesitated. Then he finally said, in a soft voice, that room 309 was supposed to remain unassigned that night because security found signs earlier that someone had tried tampering with its lock and hiding inside. She didn't see danger. She didn't hear danger. She felt it. Instinct is the first and often only warning we get. Gentle, invisible, but never wrong if we dare to listen. In that moment, Lila's fear protected her, not by making her freeze, but by moving her away before danger made its move. That is courage in its purest form, trusting the voice inside even when you're afraid of seeming dramatic or paranoid. Instinct whispers before the world confirms it. Follow it. Honor it. It is the oldest part of you trying to keep you alive. Another story tells of a traveler who stayed in a budgie hotel off the highway during winter. On his way to his room, he noticed a locked maintenance door in a dim hallway. From the other side, he heard soft scratching, like fingernails dragging slowly across metal. It wasn't frantic, it was deliberate. Patient, he felt a sudden impulse to open the door, convinced an animal was trapped inside, but something in him resisted. That gut pull of hesitation saved him. He reported it instead. Security opened the door the next morning and discovered a man had been secretly living inside the hotel's walls for months, slipping through maintenance passages to watch guests through vents at night. Curiosity can be deadly when it replaces caution. Some doors are warnings disguised as mysteries. The traveler later said, it wasn't the scratching that scared him, it was the realization that he almost opened a door meant to stay closed. How many times in life do we push at things we have no business opening? People's secrets, unresolved darkness, emotional wounds, dangerous paths that look harmless. Some things must remain untouched, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Fear also has a way of revealing who we truly are. In a mountain lodge, surrounded by dense forest, a family experienced something that would test their strength in a terrifying way. The father awoke in the middle of the night to a tall shadow standing motionless at the foot of the bed, its form darker than the darkness around it. Instead of screaming, instead of grabbing something to fight, he simply said, "We're leaving. Now." His voice woke his wife, then his children. With calm urgency, he guided them out of the room and down to the lobby. Not once did he look back. Not once did he give the shadow the attention it was silently begging for. The next day, housekeepers found deep claw-like marks under the mattress, as if something had been waiting, hidden, long before the family arrived. The father's calmness didn't come from lack of fear. It came from overwhelming love. Darkness doesn't create strength, uncovers the strength that already lives in you. When danger comes, your heart decides who you become. But even in your loneliest nights, you are never truly alone. Hotels carry the weight of memories, joyful ones, tragic ones, forgotten ones. A night clerk at a historic hotel often saw an elderly woman walk calmly down the hallway and disappear into room 217. Guests rarely stayed in that room because they reported waking to a soft humming near their bed. But the clerk never felt fear. He said her presence didn't haunt it. Reminded, he later learned she had died there decades before, waiting for her son to return home from overseas. Maybe she still waited. Maybe she lingered because love doesn't understand distance or time. Even unseen forces can carry gentleness, warmth, protection. Loneliness is an illusion woven by fear. You are always accompanied by energies you may never notice, some watching over you with intentions softer than memory. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's choosing to act despite it. A woman traveling alone checked into a famous old hotel known for its haunted fifth floor. She had heard the stories, the rumors, the encounters. She tried to shrug it off as superstition. But that night, pacing footsteps echoed just outside her room, slow and steady, again and again, though no shadow could be seen through the slit under the door. Her hands shook, but she refused to panic. She whispered prayers, kept her light on, stayed conscious, remained aware. By morning, she reported the strange activity. Security checked the hallway cameras. What they found was, chilling, someone had tried multiple times through the night to force her door open, testing the handle, pushing gently, retreating each time. There had been no ghostly footsteps, just a quiet predator. Her courage through fear kept her alert enough to stay safe. Her awareness saved her life. Fear is not the villain we imagine. It is a guardian that sharpens you, steadies you, prepares you. Every place holds a story, even the ones we don't understand. A hotel housekeeper named Amara worked on the same floor for 20 years. There was one room she always approached cautiously. She never cleaned it without humming a soft tune. She never entered without whispering a quiet prayer. For years, she felt a cold presence near its window, a cold that did not belong to air conditioning or winter drafts. When she asked about the room's history, she learned that a widowed man had taken his life there after losing everything he loved. Instead of fear, she felt profound empathy. She understood that the cold wasn't evil, it was sadness lingering, waiting for acknowledgement. So every morning, she placed a single white flower outside the door. Eventually, the coldness faded. Pain responds to compassion more than fear. Sometimes, what haunts a place is a story wanting to be heard, not a spirit wanting to harm. Protection takes many forms, some physical, some spiritual. A firefighter once checked into a hotel after a long, exhausting shift. Just minutes after falling asleep, he woke to loud, violent knocking on his door. When he opened it, no one was there. The knocking continued through the night. Always urgent, always right before he drifted into deeper sleep. Finally, near dawn, the fire alarm erupted throughout the building. A real electrical fire was spreading rapidly. Had he been asleep, he might not have made it out in time. Something, whether instinct, angelic presence, or unseen warning, had kept him awake. Protection doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it appears in ways that terrify you before guiding you to safety. And even in the most haunted hotels, even in the darkest nights, light finds a way to return. A grieving woman booked a hotel near a quiet lake after losing her mother. She hoped the solitude would swallow her sadness. But the first night, as she cried silently into a pillow, she felt the unmistakable weight of someone sitting gently on the edge of her bed. She smelled her mother's perfume, soft, familiar, heartbreaking. The room grew warm, peaceful. She closed her eyes, and for the first time in months, she slept without fear. Darkness does not have the final word. Grief does not have eternal power. Love stretches beyond worlds, beyond breath, beyond hotel walls and human understanding. And so, as you finish these stories, stories of fear, instinct, strange encounters, protection, shadows, and light, take with you more than chills. Take this reminder. You are stronger than the darkness around you. You are guided in ways you don't always see. Trust what you feel. Honor what shakes you. Listen to the quiet warnings written into your bones. Let your fear sharpen your spirit instead of breaking it. May your nights be peaceful. May your travels be protected. May your rest be guarded from all harm. May angels stand at your doors. May every unseen danger be turned away. And may peace wrap around your heart like a warm blanket wherever you sleep. Especially in the places like those within these 4 scary true hotel horror stories.